Something we told you about last hour.
You can get on now.
You can get on now. The servers just melted down last hour, and I got a note from somebody who runs this organization. It is to break kids out of the sex slave trade. Actually, he has assembled a team. He is I don't know. He's a government operative now, and he has permission to go outside and do the things that the government is just because of whatever. And this is not a partisan attack on this administration. It has been trouble, under the last administration and the administration before that. There are only so many things the government can do, and we can save more children. And 2 million children are in the sex slave right now, a sex slave trade, and it is it's horrific. And I'm talking about 5-year-old kids. And we have what are called jump teams that will go in. They are former Navy SEALs and Rangers, and they will go with your dollars, and they will go in and save these children and place them in either agencies where if they don't have children, there are organizations that will take these children and love them and try to put their feet back on the path. If they have parents, they'll be returned to their parents. I mean, there are kids that are being searched for right now that this organization knows where they are, and the government just can't go in and get them because they don't have the financing or they don't have the will or whatever it is. But we do. And I think there is a chance for us to be the abolitionists of our day and do something really profound and something really great. One of these days, I hope to be able to have the money to be able to show you these jump teams and show you what they're doing and take cameras along and show you. Because I think it would be the most uplifting show you've ever seen. I really do. Be able to save children every episode. This is not like the guy who was like, hey, and we're going to bust this really bad guy who's trying to hit on these. I mean, you are saving children, literally saving children. Jeffy just sent this to me from somebody who was watching us and communicating through the feed. Jeffy, my 8-year-old grandson, was just watching Glenn tell the story about the kids and the abolitionists. He gave me $9 from his piggy bank and asked me to lend him another $91 so he could donate $100. He promised that he was going to work and pay me back. He was going to go to school and get his classmates to help as well. I thought you guys would like this story. There's money and help on the way. This friend of mine, do you know him, Stu?
Did not. I've been thinking about who it is all day. I have no idea.
You don't know who it is?
No.
But I think he knows him, doesn't he, Pat?
I'm not sure if he's met him.
I don't know if you've met him. It's this really bizarre experience. Have you ever had anything ever like that at all, where a friend calls me, I think he's one thing, and he calls me and says, hey, I need to talk to you, and I know you're coming into this city, and I could meet you in that city. I happen to be there, and could I just meet you in a hotel conference room? I have something to tell you. And I'm like, okay. And I walk in.
You're expecting handcuffs at that point.
Yeah. No, I walk in, and there were some people at this conference room table, and I'm like, hey. He's like, this guy's from this department, and this guy is an attorney, and I have to tell you I'm not exactly who I've told you I am. And I'm like, okay, this is getting weird and creepy. He told me he was a government agent. He was breaking up the sex trade. And I said, you've got to be kidding me. And he said, no, let me tell you the story. And he told me the story, and it was absolutely unbelievable. And I said, so why are you telling me this now? He said, because we need your help. It was bizarre. Have you ever had anything? I mean, it's like, and the good thing is I never felt betrayed, because I knew who he was, I thought even more of him. You know what I mean? I always thought he was a really honorable man. I mean, he's a guy that I walk away from the first time I met him, and I went, that guy is remarkably good.
Yeah, there are worse surprises than a guy trying to save children in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a good surprise.
Could be a Jeffy surprise, and then you'd be like...
You're related to Jeff Fisher?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's what most people would say.
I had to tell you, man. I had to get it off my chest.
I mean, this is a great surprise. It's if you have someone who you believe is high character, and then you realize that they're actually exercising like that. I mean, how can you be disappointed?
Yeah, no, you actually think they're even higher character.
Yeah,
and this guy was like, Glenn, I have sat at this job, and he said, I keep bringing in the paper, going, look, we know where they are. We found them. We know where they are. Sorry, we can't because of X, Y, and Z, or we don't have the money, or we don't have this, or it doesn't fit the agenda, or whatever it is. He's like, but we know where they are. We can save them.
It's got to be so frustrating.
Oh my gosh. He said, he's like, Glenn, I have tried everything I can. And he said, we need to get the word out. And he said, we want to do a TV show because we have to put the light on this group and let them know we're on to you and we'll find you. And he said, we'll push that darkness back a great deal. He said, because it's creeping forward. It is the number one growing crime in the world.
It's kind of like that Dateline, NBC Dateline thing they used to do. Remember that when they would trap these sex offenders or these child molesters, and they'd come over and they'd show up with a camera. That had to put doubt in some of these guys' minds.
Like, but this one is
this somebody who's going to trap me?
These people are going to jail, and the reuniting of the family and the children. Now, we can't afford the TV thing, and he went to another TV network that will remain unnamed, and it was colossally disappointing. I think very little of TV networks, but when I heard about this meeting, to tell you the truth, I wept. Because all they cared about was the ratings, not about the children. So we can't afford to do the TV show at this point, but we can let you know about it. And the reason why he thinks the TV show is important is because we have to get our churches involved. We have to let people know about this, and it is really expensive. Not as expensive as you think, but really expensive to save a child. And so we need the constant money to be able to do it. A TV show would make its own money eventually, and it would be able to just self-perpetuate.
Yeah, it would be a fascinating thing to watch. I mean, when you think about this, to put it in cheesy movie terms, you're talking about essentially a real-life Taken. Liam Neeson is going into a sex slavery ring, and except this, it's not even inspired by it's your daughter. It's inspired by just doing the right thing. I mean, it's an amazing thing, and it would, not only would it be riveting, obviously,
it's so
you'd
good.
be doing so much good.
It is so good. Yeah. So I would suggest that we become the modern day abolitionists. I would suggest that that's who we are. That's who I am. And Pat was just online, and he's just committed to become a modern day abolitionist as well. And you can. I want you to know this is not my organization. I have nothing to do with it. I know this man, and I know several of the team members that are involved, and but I'm not on the board. This is just a friend of mine who came to me and told me about this, and I believe in it. I wish I could do more. Operation UndergroundRailroad.org. It is officially open today. So anyone who might be listening to this program that is into this business, into this kind of perversion, we are coming for you. We are coming for you. For anyone, God help them, that might be listening who is trapped in this, no, we are coming for you as well.